Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ike Taylor Show. My name is John Harris. I'm joined by two-time Super Bowl champion Ike Taylor of the Pittsburgh Steelers, now with the NFL Network. Thanks for listening on the airnetwork.net. Ike, what's going on, man?
What's up, John, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's football season was supposed to start last Sunday,
Was
the
supposed
Hall of
to,
Fame
but
game,
but
but
see what had happened was like really for real. It's only one game in Canton, and it's usually the first game for the preseason, and
yeah.
we can't get the field right.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't even understand it. It was causing some paint. The paint hardened, and it was just treacherous. And you know the conditions had to be bad to cancel an NFL game. I mean, you know they had to be really, really bad for that to happen.
Yeah,
It's I know. I always thought. I mean, to me, I live in that area. I don't live too far from me. They should just to me they should just play the game in Cleveland. Cleveland's like less than an hour away from Canton. You have the Hall of Fame festivities. You just play the game Sunday at the Cleveland Browns Stadium and call it a day.
yeah. I mean, the thing I don't understand, Jay, is you only got one game, only got one thing. Like you have the ceremony is in Canton, Ohio.
Right.
All the good introductions are there. So you mean to tell me you can't get the field right out of 364 days out the year you got left? You can't get the field right for that one day?
You
It
know,
doesn't make sense.
now they messed that up big time. It was ESPN's first game. Supposedly, it didn't work out. So to make a long story short, now we're going to start with games this weekend, and of course we're always going to talk. We're always going to look and see what's going on with the Steelers. I've never been a big fan. You could probably talk a little bit about preseason games from a player's perspective, especially when you're talking about from a veteran player's perspective. But what should we be looking for at all in this game between the Lions and the Steelers? Apparently, quarterback Ben Roethlisberger won't play. Wide receiver Antonio Brown won't play. Running back Le'Veon Bell won't play. And a lot of the veterans, the starters, don't play that much in preseason games anyway. What are we looking for in this game?
You're looking for guys like a Dan McCullough. You're looking for a guy like Sackman Jones. You're looking for a guy like a Ryan Shazier. Can he come back? You're looking for a guy like a Crockwell, the corner.
Yeah.
You looking to see if Marcus Wheat can step up and fill in for Martavius. You looking to see if a Sammy Coates can fill some shoes in and help out. It's a lot of second, third year guys that you're looking at. You're looking at a lot of guys who've been injury prone lately. You're looking at those guys. You already know what a Big Ben can do. You already know what Antonio Brown can do. You want to save Le'Veon Bell as much as possible because in his record he's just been injury prone. So you don't even want to put him out
No.
there
No.
right now.
No.
So my thing is if I can preserve him as much as I can, that's what I'm gonna do. So you're looking at a Dan McCullough. You know what I'm saying? You want to see what Big Dan can do in the middle. You want to see what a Vince Williams can do. If he's going to be able to start. You want to see who's going to be the other safety. Who will Mike Mitchell play along with? Since Will Allen is gone, it's a lot of things you want to look at, especially in his first preseason game. A lot of your star guys, which we mentioned, the Le'Veons, the Antonio Browns, and the Big Bens. Of course, them guys ain't gonna play, but you're looking to see what these Sammy Coates and these, Wheatons and this Darius Green do. So those are the guys I'm looking to see. Them second, third year guys going into their prime. See if they made that leap or not.
I think Dan McCullough's is an interesting name to bring up. Nose tackle, defensive tackle. And that's the one area to me that people seem to be, because the Steelers' offense is so potent and explosive and dangerous. I think people have just been taken for granted that the defense is going to be there. But I got some questions here. There's a lot of new faces, young faces on that defensive line that are going to have to step up and play some major roles. Dan McCullers could be one of those guys. What are we looking at nose tackle right now with the Steelers? Like, where are they? Where are they at this point?
Well, just lately been talking to like some of my former teammates. They say ain't nobody running on Big Dan right now.
Okay.
They say nobody running on Big Dan. So Big Dan finally gets it. You already paid Cam. You know you got a high energy, high motor guy. Tua is just somebody special. He's just a special specimen. Big Dan is the same way. Big Dan can dominate in my mind. Big Dan can dominate the game between Tua and Cam. If Big Dan can have that motor like Cam, that mindset like Tua, he already got the size. So he put them three together. He's going to be a force not only for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but just for a force in the league.
So, so I mean, to me, when you look at preseason games, I mean, what a well, former player now, so you made that, but what a ripoff, dude. If you're a fan, you have to buy these tickets to get season tickets. You got to buy them to get the season ticket package. Big Ben's not playing. Antonio Brown's not playing. Le'Veon Bell's not playing. The stars aren't playing. So I get to. I'm a fan. I've got to pay the same price for these tickets that I pay for the regular season tickets. I got to buy them if I want season tickets. And then I really don't even really see a game. So I'm figuring out that the coaches are going to look at a lot of tape. Other teams are going to be up in those press boxes. A lot of scouts from other teams are going to be at the Steelers Lions game looking at the players, not scouting the Steelers or Lions, but looking at those players who won't make the team, and when cuts start being made, guys will be getting picked up. So it's a good thing for teams. It's a good thing for scouts, but for fans, I don't know, man. It's just no intrigue, no really excitement there. The top draft picks aren't going to really play that much. The number one picks aren't. I mean, no one really of consequence is going to play that much. And if they do, they're not going to play more than a couple of series anyway.
Yeah, them guys don't really play to the third game anyway. Your star guys, because it's
Yeah.
it's a tune up before the regular season. It's an evaluation period right now, John.
Yeah.
So as a season ticket holder, you've been knowing that. I'm just saying, like as a season ticket holder,
I
you've
know.
been knowing the first game you ain't about to get no stars play. You
I
know the
know.
second, the second game you might get a few snaps from Big Ben. The third game you gonna see Big Ben just about the whole first half, but that's just how the process go. That's the NFL process, man. It's an evaluation period for a lot of young guys. So you see a lot of your second and third year guys, they're gonna be playing a lot because we really want to see, far as like evaluation, what they do with the snaps, what they do with down and distance, what they do in situational football when it's 4th and 1, and they're tied in the third quarter. Are they going to be able to line up and make a play when it's 4th down and 2? 2 minutes left, and you're going through the 2-minute drill in the fourth quarter. Is the quarterback ready? Is Landry ready to line up and take his team down to win? Them the situations you look at as a coaching staff for the first preseason game. A lot of your star guys don't play the first preseason game.
Well, from the Lions standpoint, no Calvin Johnson, who's basically retired. They did sign Anquan Bolden, who we probably won't see at all playing that game, a veteran. But what kind of identity do they have now with no Calvin Johnson, a passing team? But I mean, that guy was pretty much defined that franchise for a long time. Now he's not there. Do they have to redefine themselves? They just plug another receiver in there.
Man, it's a wait and see. I mean, I hate to say this, but Calvin Johnson not being there, it will actually make Matthew Stafford a quarterback who can really mature because he's been spoiled. He's been blessed with a talented, I think, future Hall of Fame, who only played 10 years, Calvin Johnson. So the one thing you do know about Matthew Stafford is he has a cannon. So now this is his team. So don't get it twisted. When Calvin Johnson played, it was Calvin Johnson's team. I think this is truly Matthew Stafford team. I think now he really have to sit down over all the yards he had, throwing to Calvin Johnson, him just being that big target, them jump balls. Now Matthew Stafford have to work on ball placements. You know, if if the cornerback is in front of the receiver, put it on the receiver back shoulder. Can he drop it in the bucket week in and week out? Like that's what I see what Matthew Stafford have to do. He has everything you're looking for as a quarterback. He's just been spoiled with an unbelievable talented guy like Calvin Johnson. So I think actually, man, this is gonna. I think his yards might go down a little bit, John, but I
Uh
think him just maturing as a natural NFL quarterback, I think it's going to help him a lot.
huh. You're listening to the Ike Taylor Show on the airnetwork.net. I'm John Harris, joined by two-time Super Bowl champion Ike Taylor of the Pittsburgh Steelers, now with the NFL Network. Ike, another one interesting development I'll be curious to see. It's been a lot of talk this offseason. Cleveland, an old longtime rival for you guys when you played in the division AFC North. Cleveland Browns, and yet another starting quarterback. I think it's what, number 25 since they came back into the league in 1999. RG3, Robert Griffin III, was named the starting quarterback this week to the surprise of no one, and not getting a lot of favorable reviews so far. But you played against him. I remember one year when he was with the Redskins and you were playing with the Steelers. What do you think about RG3? Do you think he's going to make it back? Is he going to be a bust? What are your thoughts?
Man, I think change is good for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I think this change is good. This why I think this change is good for RG3. It's a new start. So Hugh Jackson already said it. Like right now, RG3 is my quarterback for this first preseason game. So let's talk about Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson, for most people, he has been the quarterback whisperer for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And one thing you got to like about Hugh Jackson, which a lot of coaches don't like to do, is have competition at the quarterback position. So he likes to have that competition at the quarterback position. A lot of coaches don't like to have that because they don't want the quarterback looking over the shoulder or thinking too much. If I mess up, what could happen? Will I get sacked? Coach Hugh Jackson doesn't mind that. So now we got Josh Gordon coming back, and before he got suspended, he was putting up numbers. You can say what you want to say. He was putting up 150-yard games, 200-yard games, 130-yard games, 150-yard games. Like Josh Gordon was lighting the league up. He
Oh, yeah.
just he just couldn't stay out of trouble. So now they finally reinstated him. He's back. Guess what college he went to?
Baylor.
So then you got Coleman, the other first round receiver guy.
Baylor.
Guess what college he went to?
Baylor.
So don't get it twisted. This is what I like about Hugh Jackson. He said, I got a Baylor quarterback who didn't run at Baylor. Like I feel like Washington, they tried to make him run. Like he wasn't he didn't do that. He did it when he have to when he was at Baylor, but I felt like at Washington they tried to make him more of a running quarterback. He's going to sit in the pocket. And don't get it twisted. This guy RG3 has an arm himself. So I think they're going to do a lot of shotgun, a lot of read option. He's going to bring a little bit of that Baylor offense back, and I think it's going to be good for the three. For the three. So we're going to call Josh Gordon, we're going to call RG3, we're going to call Coleman the trio. Now, we said it first.
The trio.
So the trio. We need to go. Don't put it out there because we said it first.
All right, you
Trio.
heard that. The trio on the
So
Ike Taylor Show on the airnetwork.net.
so I think it's going to be real helpful for RG3, not only for his confidence, just having a head coach and a quarterback whisperer in Hugh Jackson.
Yeah, before we move on with this, like I mean, RG3. I mean, if you look at this whole situation realistically, okay, he came in, he was hyped, he was overhyped, he did some things young in his career, said some things people didn't like it, but he suffered a major knee injury, and I still think people are overlooking it and taking that for granted. He suffered a major knee injury, which really set him back, and we don't know how much that really set him. Did it set him back a year? Did it set him back 2 years? You know, he had coaching changes, you had all kind of stuff, and not a good situation for him. But I'm not going to just ignore that injury that he suffered and how much that may have affected him. And is he fully recovered now? Maybe. But I think people are too quick to just throw that away when there's such poor quarterback play in the NFL in general. Why wouldn't you want to give this guy another look and another chance? I don't
That's
see it
what.
as that much of a gamble.
That's what I'm glad. Let's not talk about gambles. We can go down the line with a lot of quarterbacks.
Oh my God, there's some
Yeah,
horrible quarterbacks out there, man.
some horrible quarterbacks. So I ain't even about to talk about gambling with these quarterback situations because this can be a whole nother show. But on the flip side, I see nothing wrong. I see nothing wrong. I see nothing wrong with Hugh Jackson making RG3 the starter right now, having two receivers from Baylor. The one thing I like about an offensive coordinator is a good offensive coordinator, he can adjust, or defensive coordinator can adjust. And I think Hugh Jackson understands what kind of league it is. I'm glad he got his other shot to
Right,
head coach.
right.
That's what I'm glad about. So um, I'm just happy for Hugh. I think it's the right call right now for RG3, and there you go.
Look at it like this, and then we'll move on. He's not expecting to be a world beater this year anyway. The Browns. This is a team of transition, a lot of new faces, a lot of young faces. This is could be a surprisingly good year, or it could be a bad year. A lot of people think it's going to be a bad year. So he could be looking at it like Hugh Jackson. Hey, I don't really have that much to lose. Let's look at this guy Griffin RG3. Let's look at him for a year. Let's really examine him under a microscope. Under a microscope. They have a really team friendly contract. It's not big money, relatively speaking. Let's see if this guy can do it. If he has a good year, we can build on it next year. I don't see where it's that much of a gamble as opposed to just throwing McCown out there again. I mean, you know what you're going to get with him, and his career is pretty much over anyway. What's the point in playing him? Let's go
Yeah,
with RG3 and we'll see what he can do.
yeah, it ain't no point. The point is going RG3, your first round draft pick. Since we always want to talk about first round draft picks and giving first round draft picks a lot of shots at the quarterback position, other than RG3, you might as well give this man another try. He's been successful, so it's not like he never was successful. Let's not forget the man did go to the playoffs. I guess we forgot about that.
I guess.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
not forget he never was successful. Yeah, he's been successful. It was temporarily, but
yeah.
it's a lot of quarterbacks who've been in the league for a long time who have outstanding regular seasons and still can't make it to the playoffs.
Nope.
So by the end of the day, man, he did at one point in time gave the Washington Redskins some kind of hope on taking them to the playoffs. So yeah, it's the right call. I feel like it's the right call, and I'm glad RG3 and Hugh Jackson get another shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving on the Ike Taylor show on theairnetwork.net. John Harris with two-time Super Bowl champion Ike Taylor of the Pittsburgh Steelers now with the NFL Network. Let's shift a little bit here. Came to my attention there was reruns on this week on TV. Ike Taylor, Maurice Jones-Drew. You guys had a blast. I think it was during the Super Bowl 50 this year. You guys did The Price is Right.
Right.
And there may be a talk show in your future. I don't know. I could see you, talk show. If Steve Harvey can do it, you can do it. Talk about that experience. What was that like for you? Did you enjoy it? Do you think it's something you'd like to look at down the line? I know you're very comfortable with TV now with the network. You've done a lot of TV through the years, but is that something else? Michael Strahan's doing it. There are athletes now that are making that transition in the media and TV and doing other things outside once they get out of football or whatever sport it is.
Small waist, beautiful face. That's me all day. And I'm going and I'm going to deliver the message, and I'm going to have fun, and I'm charismatic, and I have a personality. I'm everything you're looking for. I'm everything you're looking for, and all I'm gonna do is get better. So you might as well give it for the cheap right now. You might as well go ahead and give it for the cheap, because once I keep building this resume, man, I'm gonna ask for something. I'm gonna ask for something.
Small waist, beautiful face.
There we
Okay,
go.
okay, I got to mark that one down there, man. But just that experience itself, did you surprise yourself? I saw it when
Yeah,
it
it
happened. I
was.
saw it again. Was it were you nervous? Did you just feel natural about it? I mean, how did you
You
feel
know
out there
what?
doing that?
You
Yeah,
know what, John? We had some good producers,
yeah,
and for the most part, they just let us show our personality. That's why they asked
yeah,
me and MJD to just get on, because they liked our personalities from afar. So,
yeah,
a few words off the teleprompter, but we got to say it the way we wanted to say it,
yeah.
which was good. So, It was a good experience for me, man. I'm glad to have that on my resume. I didn't know that many people in the world watch The Price is Right. Like that's
Oh
just
man,
about a worldwide kind of show, man. That was kind of cool.
people love that. What was the big prize? Did somebody win like a really
Man,
lot,
this
a huge
girl,
prize this year?
this female won 2 cars.
Two cars.
Not one, but 2 cars.
Did she go crazy when she won? She like jump all? Did she
Man,
give you? Did she kiss
the
you? Give you
girl
a
jumped.
hug
The
or
girl
what?
jumped in my lap. Man, the girl took off. I thought the girl was a gymnast. Man, she ran down and she popped up off the pop board and jumped straight into me.
It's so you can see yourself down the line getting into that, given the opportunity. It's fun.
Oh, no
It's
question.
it's a different kind of thing. It's not. I mean, football you're preparing. It's different, but this is also a lot of preparation doing
Oh
TV
yeah,
because everybody's watching you. You know, people are looking and judging, and they see you outside the helmet and the pad, so they see you as a person, like you say, small waist, beautiful face. So they see another side of you.
yeah. I mean, you really get the show. Like what we talk about on the radio. You just been around me for the past 7, 8 years. Like you get to see my personality. I think it's just
Yeah.
gets the viewers and everybody else and the fans and my followers to see Ike Taylor, one outside the helmet, two on TV. So I had a good time. I know MJD had a great time. I think we're supposed to come back. I don't know when, but we got the
Ike
call,
Taylor, come on
so it's gonna
down.
be fun, man. That's gonna be real fun. I didn't know Drew Carey get paid that much, man. That man getting paid to do The Price is Right. So
Ike Taylor,
um,
come on down.
Hey
there you
guys.
go.
Hey, I enjoyed this one, Ike. Man, this was fun. We're gonna have a whole bunch of fun here on the Ike Taylor Show on the Air Network, man. It was a great time, fast time. I'm looking forward to doing it again real soon. I'll let you close it out, man, and we'll just have a great week to everybody, our listeners here on the airworknetwork.net. I'm John Harris, two-time Super Bowl champion, Ike Taylor, the Pittsburgh Steelers, NFL Network. Ike,
Man, check us out, man. Airnetwork.net. .net. John Harris, Ike Taylor. We got the DJ slash producing the background, man. That's Greg Banks, man. He keeping everything in tune and line, man. Tune into us, man. Every Wednesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., man. Check us out, man. All we talk about is football. We can talk about whatever team you want to talk about. Just know between me, John, and Greg, we got too much sauce.